All right. So today we're going to work some more upper body takedowns. So this series is generally what I like to focus on. I like it a little more no gi than I do gi. We're going to work on it in the gi because, you know, today's gi day. So that's why we're still going to work on it today. But works both. So we're here. Boom. I'm going to get into either a collar tie. If we're no gi, if you're in the gi, you can go to still that kind of collar grip here. I don't care. Either one is fine. Boom. And I'm here. I like to come inside to that tricep tie. I'm looking to kind of ape hang my hand over into that armpit here. Elbow to the inside. So I have inside control on both, whether it's here or here. Now I'm going to go head position right into that jawline or into that temple. Because if we're here, we're ear to ear, and if you're ear to ear, you're a nice person, right? But I want to have that head control in that head position, staying in a good stance. So all I'm going to look to do is I'm going to push into James, and then I'm going to snap his head down just that little bit. As soon as I snap his head down, James is going to naturally react by trying to stand up, right? I'm just looking to bait that reaction. Boom, snap. He starts to pop that head up. I'm going to wave with my elbow as high as I can. And I'm going to look to take my head straight through his armpit and turn that corner. Make sure you turn that corner. A lot of you guys try to hit this takedown and you kind of end up stuck here and the person turns back into you. So when I'm here, I turn that corner, trying to get his leg in between my leg here. Keeping a good hang either on that collar tie or on that collar. I don't care which one you have. As we're here, you have a couple options of how to return him to the mat. I like to just spin him down kind of like a top. Oh. Where you end up ready for like a backpack position or to attack from that turtle. So we're here, boom, I get with James, I head snap, I pull him down. He starts to come up, I fly that elbow and step to that outside. As soon as my hip turns, I cut that corner, turning my chest and back into him. A couple other takedown options, you can step in front and look to go trip. Or if I'm here, boom, you can go body lock and set him back and take the back that way. Not that I've done that recently. Questions on the duck under. Very simple takedown, very high percentage. It's one I like to use as a part of a chain. So.
What if they're not playing ball when you lift that elbow? What if they're really quick to snap that arm back?
So we'll have some other options, like if they're real tight with that arm. What happens with a lot of people is you'll get here, and I'm looking to move him. Like, I like that term. Kind of moving him in a circle with some up and down in there. So you want to get him moving first. So for me, like what I'll start doing is I'll start moving you. So it's not something where you can get him from a static position. You're going to have him moving a little bit before you shoot. Does that make sense? Now, if he's a real like red alert guy and you're not getting in there, we'll have some other questions, Jordan?
You have the outside tie instead of the inside tie.
Hand fight in.
So you want to hand fight in before you try anything?
Hand fight in. All right. So if you're on your feet, there is like 2 takedowns you can hit from outside ties. None of which I really prefer outside of the slide by we're going to work today.
Yeah.
But on that, it's a 50-50 tie. It's not even an outside tie.
Okay.
So like I'm in James's position. We're like, I'm here. James shouldn't be trying to shoot. He needs to hand fight in and start working himself back into that inside tie.
Yeah.
Working for some hand control, working for some head position. 9.9 times out of 10, you do not shoot from an outside tie.
What's inside outside tie?
So, my hands are inside his arms.
Okay.
His arms are outside mine.
Got it. Okay.
So we're fighting for kind of that inside positioning, because whoever has that inside positioning is going to have the better leverage, better attack lines, and less in my way. So if I'm here and James just puts his hands in front of me and I shoot at him, his hands are in my way, right? But if I'm here and I start getting to that inside hand tie, boom, that's where I have that inside line to take him down. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Can you, I don't know, give a detail or a trick on when you chest wrap and pull down, because I can never get into that.
Couple options when you go to that, like if we're here, boom. So a couple options. One, you want to push him forward, and then almost like you're snapping a towel out, you want to snap and snap his hips. So I'm here.
So don't use the knee.
You can. It's just not as effective. But I like to kind of push him forward. Because if I start pushing James forward, he's naturally going to start to try to base because he doesn't know. Snap him. Does that make sense? I use that Saturday. That's how it's effective.
Generic question. When you get inside tie,
Yeah.
how do you maintain it? Because I always find myself
Hand fight.
in this. Just in this.
Yeah, it's going to be a hand fight. There's not a, oh, if you get to this tie, it's, you know, checkmate. It's a hand fight. If you've ever watched a college wrestling match, they do everything but punch each other in a hand fight. Like it is, if you're like, hey, how do I get better at hand fighting? Go watch Big Ten college wrestling, Iowa, Penn States, the Wisconsins of the world, where it's just hard-nosed hand fighting. That's what you're looking for. All right? Other questions on this? All right, one more time. We're here. Boom, I get to that, my ties, whether it's double tricep, collar, collar. Boom, I snap him down. He postures up. I step behind, turn that corner, snap him down. All right. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, so I'm here with Mr. Hackett. Boom, we get here on our collar tie, whatever ends up happening, right? A lot of the time what ends up happening is you kind of end up, like last time we were talking about that white belt ballet where you have a collar tie, then you have the arm. Well, a lot of time what ends up happening is you both end up with a collar tie, and then you're kind of just hand fighting to get in. One of my favorite takedowns to hit, it's called a slide by. So we're here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to push into James and I'm going to step towards that collar tie he has. As I step towards that collar tie, I'm going to look towards my back shoe, kind of my back heel. So I'm here, I look towards that back heel, and I want to hit just above his elbow, kind of where that crease in your elbow is, with where my wrist watch would sit. So I'm here, boom, I push in, turn, hit, you slide that right by. Once you get here, once again, figure out the takedown of your choice. Everything but spiking him on his head is a good option. So we're here, boom, I'm moving James around, I'm snapping him, we're doing things. Boom, I step in, arm, pass that by. Got my collar tie, I can chuck him down, I can go for all sorts of fun things. You're gonna see the 3-4 things we're doing today all have a very similar linear path of get past that arm, get to his back, take him down from there.
Are you keeping this heavy too?
Yeah, I'm
just like the other one.
Yeah, this hand is basically 1,000 pounds once I get a hold of you. Like, those of you who have worked like on my feet wrestling, Chad, when I tie up with you, how fun does it get?
How fun isn't it?
Yeah, because when I start banging this hand on you, like if I'm in here with James and I start really trying to get on James, like I'm on this hand. Like I keep a hold of this that whole time, so that way when I come here, I'll run the world with that knee. Right. So that's what you're looking for, is kind of keeping that heavy hand, even if you're on the collar with it. Like if I'm here, I will move around with it. Boom. Same concept. You can just do it from, if you do it from kind of that collar grip, it's just a little looser and a little more flyby, but same concepts all work. All right. Like I said, all very similar techniques tonight, but they build as a 1, 2, 3 punch basically. You know, I'll show you kind of how all that works at the end. Questions? One more time for posterity's sake. I'm here with Mr. Hackett. Boom, we tie up. Boom, he gets that collar tie. I get good head position in that temple. I step towards the foot. Wristwatch hits it. As I look towards my shoe, boom, I get here. Set him down. Do what you need to do. Get the takedown.
So you're not turning your elbow in at all.
On the older side of his collar tie.
Yes.
Do you have to come off that, or can you actually push it through?
Can you push it through? Yes. It's going to be less effective. So what you end up happening in here is you end up with kind of a weird, like you're not physically strong that way. So you're using that turn and everything to clear the head off. where if I try to push it, it's just not as effective from what I've seen. Does that make sense? Not a wrong idea to have, but just
I was just looking at less movement.
slightly, it's going to feel like it's less efficient. All right?
Grip the tricep with your hand or knee.
Wristwatch. So I'm hitting with that wristwatch here because I have to get it not just past my face, but off my head. So the angle I'm hitting that at is what does it. All right. Cool. Drill her out. 1, 2, 3. This next one kind of classifies under the I'm going to be an asshole moveset. Comes in that chain of moves. So I'm here. James is going to tie up with me, and I'm going to try really hard to get inside tie. And James is going to be good, and he's going to not let me do that. So instead of going to an inside tie, I'm just going to put my fist directly in through his throat because I'm an asshole. Like, it just is what it is, right? So I'm going to go knuckles in. Now you cannot, unless you're going to put on gloves. But if I'm here, all I like to do is I'm going to slip my knuckles in, and I'm going to pull his head over my knuckles. Alright? And I'm going to step into him. Because as soon as I do that, James is going to pop his head up and try to kind of brace away from it. That's great. We're going to step here. My hand's going to come off his neck to the inside of his elbow. I'm going to slide his hand past me, take his back, do whatever feels natural at that point. You guys are getting kind of a grab of how to get him down from there. So I'm here, boom, I come into that. So James naturally doesn't like that, and he kind of pulls away, boom. Slide him by. For those of you who watched my match with Roberto at Guerrilla Warfare 2 times ago, that's how I started the takedown chain. Was I tried that, it didn't work, I went into a shove. Because it'll throw people off. Because in jiu-jitsu you can't. In wrestling it's dirty, you're not supposed to choke. In jiu-jitsu I can choke you, so why not try to be a little bit physical about it, you know? So if I'm here, and James is kind of dumb, you can just kind of drive that through. Now, most people who don't suck aren't going to tap to it, right? But if you're there, you can pass it by. All right? Like I said, falls into, I'm an asshole sprinklers, but.
Is there any risk at all on your arm?
I mean, if you get wrist locked from there, I would take it. Honest. But we're here. Boom, I get into this tie. Boom. I create that pressure. I'm just trying to drive this into his neck, into his collarbone, into just I'm a jerk position, right? Somewhere in between those two. I pull him over it so that way as I step over, I can slide that arm past me and start looking for the takedown.
Will he ever just abandon that?
Oh yeah, sometimes they will, because I'll do it really physically, and I'll be like, hey, you should probably let go, because I like to do this in the gi to get you to let go of collars. So what happens at black belt matches in gi, a lot of these guys will just grab the collar, and they'll just kind of get into this like real stall heavy position, which really pisses me off. It's like, I get it, like gi grips are a thing, you gotta work around them, but like, I hate it. At black belt, a lot of the times it's a stalling technique. They'll kind of, or they're trying to not let me shoot, which fair play, right? But they'll kind of grab my collar and just kind of hang on me, and so I'll just. You'll let go. You'll let go, or it'll hurt. Like, no, there's nothing inherently dirty about being physical. Just is what it is.
Zero.
Hey, I didn't see that last thing you did.
Yeah, you want me to hit you?
No, I mean, okay.
You're using your straight knuckles, right?
Yeah, I'm putting my knuckles in a couple different locations. So if James pops his chin up for me, you can see one where my hand has been going most of the time, right? Kind of the side of his neck where his windpipe and that blood meet. That's where I'm trying to put my knuckles. If I can't get there, I'm just going to roll my knuckles across his collarbone. For those of you who haven't seen me do that to you, it's actually a judo technique that I learned from Carlos. Drop that finger across their collarbone. It's real friendly. Makes you a lot of friends at jiu-jitsu tournaments. All right? Other questions?
Are you grabbing the actual collar?
No, I'm just
knuckles.
just fist to throat. How you probably like it.
Yeah. It's just
All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. So now I'm here, boom, I'm working with Mr. Hackett, I'm hand fighting, all those things will go, right? So a lot of times I like to hit these as almost like a 1-2 punch. So I will hit either the slide by or the throw by, and if that doesn't work, I will re-snap and duck. So I'm gonna have you guys work that. So if I'm here, boom, I'm working with James, I step in, and that doesn't work, all I'm going to do, I'm going to windshield wiper my hand back to that inside, snap, and duck. That's why I like some of these techniques, is because you can start to hit them in faster succession. So if I'm here with James, boom, bah, that doesn't work, here, I snap, James is instantly going to start to square up with me. I can go right behind him. Does that make sense? So the big technique on this one is, I don't care if you're trying to hit that slide by or that throw by, whichever one you prefer, dealer's choice. The big thing is when that doesn't work, you come back inside here, step, snap. That's going to put all James's weight on that front foot, and it's going to off balance him. He's naturally going to want to get his head up and square up. So you see how that natural positioning there. So as soon as that natural positioning comes in, I'm going to rechange that level and drop in there. Once we're in there, boom, once again, look to finish, look to get after it. All right?
Obviously, for the drill sake, you're doing it slowly, but when you're like in real time actually windshield wipering that hand, are you going to be pulling him? Are you going to be like doing...
Yeah, it's going to be all, so like if I'm here with James, boom, blah, blah.
So you're just staying heavy on him?
Yeah, I'm heavy-handed that entire time. Because the more off balance I can keep you, the more I can keep you turning and having to hand fight while off balance, the better off you are. So that's why when I get on your head, I'm not just hanging out here. I'm push-pull, looking to get you moving, because the second I can get you off balance, it makes that takedown 10 times easier. And that's always what I'm looking for, is the easy takedown. Alright?
So that's easier than just going for the legs?
Can be. Because a lot of people have good leg defense. Think about how many times you've picked up a single leg on me in my life. Right? A lot of people have really good leg defense, but if I'm already behind you, it's a much easier takedown for a lot of reasons. Alright? Other questions?
That being said, I've seen you duck under and I've also seen you like shoot.
Yeah, depends on how much level change you need. So if I'm here and James is standing straight up, like it's just a simple duck. But if I'm here and James is real low, it might be more of a shot.
Is there an advantage to one another though, or is it like somebody shoots grab the leg better?
Situationally. So generally it's going to be their chest and hip height that's going to determine how much of a shot I need to come up and under. So like me and James are fairly similar in height. So if he's in a low stance, for me to get below him to get ducked under, I'm going to have to drop. If I'm grabbing Jeremy, short of Jeremy being in like this stance, I'm going to be able to just duck. Cat, I'm going to have to shoot even if she's standing straight up. So it's a little bit situational, what works best and what is going to make the most sense. Other questions? All right, 1, 2, 3.